I call Ron Mark.
Mr. Chair, and I must say what a pleasure it is to see the Minister in the chair actually answering some questions. It is helpful, and I'm going to take this call in order to seek some clarity for New Zealand First around SOP number 56. And I'm just looking also at number 64, which my colleague Derek Wall's just given me a copy of. But my question to the Minister is for purpose of clarity, so that we can better understand precisely what these SOPs seek to do, is to raise our questions around SOP 56, which proposes that for the purpose of satisfying the residential qualification for any benefit after the return to New Zealand, persons and their spouses and children who are liable for and paid income tax on earnings whilst employed overseas be treated as a resident and present in New Zealand. These specific SOPs refer specifically to veterans, once again. I'm not particularly clear, Minister, as to whether this seeks to aid and assist. I know that the explanatory notes that have been provided say that this doesn't seek to change the law, it seeks to make it clearer. But I'd really appreciate some explanation from you on those lines, because it's not that clear to me. I'm looking at the SOPs and the clauses that they refer to. A couple of things that stand out to me. Firstly, it refers to being treated under section 79.3a. I can find no 79.3a. I find a 79.1, 1ABC and a 79.2, but I don't see a 79.3a at all in the legislation. So is that a typo, or is that me not reading it correctly? Is there a piece of paper that I'm missing? But that clearly says in big bold black lettering, was treated under section 79.3 brackets 3 brackets off A of the Social Security Act 1964. I have a copy of page 69 of that, and there is no 79.3a that I can find, but some guidance might be helpful. The next thing is that it also refers to, I'm just jumping from one piece of page because we've got two pieces of legislation here I'm trying to look across at. I guess one of the first questions I have is, when we say of people who, when we talk of persons who have paid tax, I'm assuming that's paid tax in New Zealand, because we have many former service personnel, and in fact we could talk about missionary workers, we could talk about a range of people who this legislation does cover off, who've served outside of New Zealand, employed by other agencies such as the United Nations and whoever, who have paid tax. I just need some clarity. Are we saying that to fit within this criteria, they would have paid tax in New Zealand? And then understanding what that means. Really our concern, Minister, is, does this disadvantage any of our people, our veterans, who are serving offshore? How will this impact on those when they come back? And is this, I tried to get answers on the previous piece of legislation that went through. Unfortunately, the Minister sitting in the chair didn't see or think he felt the need to explain himself. That's not going to be helpful in the long run, but I really would appreciate, and my sense is this Minister is a different Minister, I really would like some help around those clauses, Minister. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
I call the Honourable